Okay, good morning and welcome to the session on Microsoft Tag. While everyone here is finding their seats, I'll just do a quick introduction for everybody. And I'll also do a quick reminder that there is a break room in the back. And so if you're looking for a quiet spot to have a conversation, just go ahead, wander in there. There'll be treats in there later on, cupcakes as a matter of fact, with tags on them that you'll be able to scan for entry into contest. Thanks, Nellie Moser, for helping out with that. And with that, I will start with introductions. So, to my left, I have Tom Baer, Vice President and Publishing Director of Golf Digest Publications. Marie Jones, General Manager, Digital Media, Allure Magazine. Dave Watt, Vice President and Publisher of Health and Health.com. And Amy Wilkins, Senior Vice President, Publisher of Martha Stewart Weddings and MarthaStewartWeddings.com. So we're going to start with presentations. They can't start till I hand them the clicker.
Thank you. Okay, there we go. Any golfers in the room? Raise your hands. Passionate golfers? Do you guys recognize who's up on the screen there? Well, he's a 22-year-old that just won the U.S. Open, so our entire category is very interested. Thank you, Karen, and thank you, the MPA, for inviting me to speak today. A couple things. Microsoft approached Connie Nast back in fall of 2009. And talking about this new technology, this new Microsoft Tag technology, automatically we were smitten. We loved it for a number of different reasons. One, Golf Digest is the 11th largest magazine in the world. We've got 31 international partners. And the advantage we have through the international partners is they get to share information on emerging technology and trends that are happening worldwide. They had already been talking, specifically Europe and Asia, about these new 2D barcodes that were happening, so we knew that eventually it was going to come over here in the United States. Number two, one of the big reasons is that we're a service publication, and we really concentrate on three areas of content. One is where to play the game. Two is what to play, and then third is how to play the game, which was very important. Instruction is absolutely critical. Anybody who's ever played the game of golf knows how difficult it is to understand how to swing a club. You can give a lot of explanation, obviously, within editorial pages, but by having an actual video that you could download onto your phone and then go ahead to a golf course or a range and actually use the video as you learn to get better or learn how to hit out of a trap or correct your slice that many of us have was invaluable. It led to a great reader, valuable experience. And then third is the research that we had shown over 60% of our readers had actually purchased a smartphone in the last 12 months. And the tag technology was available in over 280 smartphones out there. So automatically we knew it was a home run. First and foremost, what we did is we introduced the content. It was really an editorial feature for us. The readers of the magazine had to understand, we felt, and I listened to the other panelists before, we felt that teaching the readers on how to use the technology was absolutely critical. So Jerry Tardy, my editor-in-chief, in November of 2009, actually, this when we showcased the tag technology, I think we were the first major consumer magazine to introduce this. It was important for us to over and over educate the reader on actually how to use this technology. So we did it within the magazines, the mastheads, the editor's letter, and then throughout the magazine on every single feature that's listed, we actually started listing how to use the technology. Was it successful? Absolutely. And hundreds and hundreds of thousands of interactions later, we found out that not only was this a domestic phenomenon for us, but also a global. And if you see, this is actually a chart where we're able to chart exactly where these scans were coming from. This was important for a number of different reasons. One, for our advertisers that were certainly trying to expand their product, global distribution and global sales, they had a chance that there's another platform to ever get that message across globally. The scans for advertisers were also great in the fact that the real estate on an actual ad page is only so big. You show obviously copy, you show an actual ad, but now you got a chance, in like Callaway's case, to actually dive deep into the actual advertisement, and the videos that we helped them produce was all about where to buy the clubs, how to use the clubs, how they can benefit you in different ways. So again, it was a much more dynamic user experience. Also, these barcodes, which we thought was pretty cool, was that number one, you can actually use these codes to you can design them like the symbol of actually when an advertiser's product. So you can custom make these logos. They can be produced in different colors. They just stand out a little more, within the pages of the magazine. So again, a big hit for us. In fact, I thought this was so important that I've actually introduced it to my family. I haven't really got my wife to agree on this, but we're actually putting barcodes on our kids now so we can track them over. Well, it's Charlie and Lily. I promised they were good last night. I put them in my slide presentation. So
That was wonderful. Thank you, Tom. Marie, I think you've got some slides too. And a great fashion sense as well. You need to, it should come up, I think.
they're probably very happy that they're still up there.
So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
With Allure, we sort of followed, I think, initially in some of the best practices that were put forth by golf. But when we first started it, we realized that we had to understand how we could do this so that it was actually going to kind of advance the story and the reader experience and really engage readers and become a tool. And I think that was what was really successful for Allure. And also it was frequency, and you'll see that later, but we had 39 tags in the magazine, and that really impacted the results, obviously, in the end. But we also knew that we needed to train our readers, and so we did much of the same stuff. We introduced it early, and then this page here was sort of crucial, and we ran this page several times and also online. This program of free stuff started originally online, and one of our concerns was that the scan tags would cannibalize the online experience. But also what we knew was that if it worked as we thought it would enhance the reader experience and also give readers a chance to engage with the program wherever they were. So the mobile component could be really valuable. Because the program is a program that is based on giveaways, and there are about 7 giveaways a day for 4 weeks out of the month. It meant that people would have to be at their computers at a particular time to actually engage. So what this did after educating them was give them the opportunity to interact with the program wherever they were if they had a smartphone and had registered. So throughout the magazine, we had scan tags on every page where there was free stuff. And what that meant was that these scan tags on every page were actually SMS reminders. So once you had registered, you could scan and sign up for reminders for the giveaways. And that obviously, ultimately increased the entry numbers in the end. And we had actually really good response to the SMS. There were about over 300,000 SMS alerts that went out. And then finally, what we did in the back of the book on the calendar was to really sort of make it clear that people had 2 ways to win. If you weren't sitting at your computer, you could actually take this universal scan tag and tear it out, carry it with you, and wherever you were, it really became sort of a mobile experience you could tag. You could get your SMS reminder, and 50 minutes before, and then on the hour, you could scan to win. So ultimately, we ended up with about 450 scans, with 450,000 scans. What we learned was that it didn't cannibalize the online experience at all. It actually enhanced the program by about 38%. And also we had a great marketing conversion from it. We had a sponsor who included opt-ins and registration, and we had about a 34% marketing conversion, which was big, and we had about a 4% sub conversion, which was also offered. And the trick there was getting these mobile pages to be simple. There were, as you can imagine, with 38 tags, an unbelievable amount of mobile pages that had to be built. But we had to keep them simple, but at the same time try to capture as much information as we could, both for ourselves and for the marketers.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Marie.